Hello everybody, and welcome to Monster Loves You. Hi Kaylee. This is going to be a shorter stream than normal, just because I have a barbecue to get to later today. So I wanted to play a short and sweet game. I'm doing pretty well, actually. Just got off work, finally. How are you doing today, Kaylee? As you can see, I have previously completed this game. However, that was like, I don't know, when did this game come out? It was a long time ago, like, I want to say 5 years ago, so I promise you I will not remember how to get the good ending. But no, if you haven't heard of Monster Loves You, it's a story-based game. It's kind of like one of those choose-your-own-adventure storybooks. It's super fun, really easy. That's about it. You're doing a show in about 30 minutes. That's cool. It was so hot today. My work, they keep it at 86 on the pool deck so that the swimmers are nice and warm, but I just sweat for about 5 hours. Alright, to help me begin your story, how does it go again? Long ago, deep in the forest, monsters called the whale mist. Oh gosh, it's really terrible. I mean, yeah, and then when there are new people who come, because it's a swim school, so when there are new people that come, you have to go and talk to them and introduce yourself, and I'm like, have that upper lip sweat, you know? Yeah, it's bad. That's right. Long ago, nestled in the heart of a forest was monster village of Omen. You are born from slime that holds the memory of monsters known for... Ooh, words and thoughts. And then you've got like that uncomfortable boob sweat. But fortunately our uniforms are black, so... That's not so bad at least. But it's very uncomfortable. Oh yeah, it's it's the worst. Yeah, I don't know, the auto mod has been going crazy with some of the things recently. You are not awake yet, but soon your first eye will open. Your simple dreams will give way to life itself. You dream of helping the sick and soothing the woeful, outsmarting everyone else, speaking true when others lie. Well, I'll be honest, I don't want to help the sick. Let's go with speaking true when others lie. Your body is turning and twisting, growing solid in the middle of a great vat of green slime. It is time to be born. What if this is actually what, like... I don't know, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, like, what if this is actually what it's like in the womb? Like, before you're awake, this is what you're thinking about. That would be interesting. It's me! Be born. You awaken in the chilling season, just as the air begins to turn crisply cool. Onward! Your eyes open. You are a morsel, just barely born. You float in the spawning vat. Dozens of other morsels are exploring, flailing, and stealing food from each other. Should we try to swim or make some noise? Let's make some noise. One side of your blobby body splits and you taste slime. You've never tasted anything before. The effort of growing your mouth makes you turn over, plunging your eye under the slime. Look down at the floor of the spawning vat. You watch tiny solid clumps form and break up. Let's study the clumps. Some of them merge and start to rise up, becoming new morsels like you. Others are caught in the currents and swirl around, dissolving forever. It's all good. You turn right side up and breathe in through your new mouth. Greet the universe around you. Isn't that a great way to start every day? Hello, world! Now, in truth, it's time to swim. Oh gosh, he looks angry. Another morsel swims towards you. It opens its mouth to show a set of small, sharp teeth. It bites you. Aye! Swim away from the toothy morsel. What? This isn't tolerable. Stop that biting. Yeah, we gotta stand up for ourselves. You pause, unable to believe that another morsel is trying to eat you. After a moment, you snap out of it and start to move again. Resist it, kill it, or unite other morsels to repel the attack. Safety in numbers, right? Oh, yay. You speak. Your words are simple, but some of the morsels understand you. They converge on the biter. This aggression will not stand. Your tiny, slimy flotilla frightens the bad morsel away. It retreats to the far end of the spawning vat. Have you played any new, exciting games lately, Kaylee? Patrol the vat and look for more trouble. Oh, and now we're part of a gang. Yeah. Splash, flutter, splish, squeak. Another morsel is too weak to swim properly. It's sinking toward the bottom of the spawning vat. Ignore and swim on. Too bad these things happen. Oh no, that's terrible. You feel a deep sense of injustice at the smaller morsel's impending demise. If only you could do something about it. We shall. Let's do something about it. You swim to the morsel, determined to act. Get under the morsel and push it up. Try to think of something. You rack your newborn brain. Wait, there! Some animal bones and sticks rotting at the bottom, half hidden beneath the slime clumps. Prop up the dying morsel. You swim to the bottom, casting about, you gather some sticks and the long, curving ribs of a deer. Get them jammed together good and tight. Wow, apparently this morsel can hold their breath for a long time, so that's good. The morsel's own dissolving body holds everything together well enough. Half its body is above the surface of the slime. Make sure nobody messes up with you've created. You swim in circles around the rescued morsel, keeping the cruel ones and biters away until your new friend begins to move and solidify. Help the morsel off the structure. As you do, you feel dizzy. That's a first. You've never been dizzy before. Everything goes green. Wake up. Your friend is gone, but not dead. Another morsel points at the edge of the spawning vat. While you slept, the weak one grew into a monsterling. Hooray for brains! You have grown too big for the spawning vat. You must move to the next stage of life and become a monsterling. Got any advice? You're going to get into some trouble, which is great. Exercise your bravery, cleverness, ferocity, kindness, and honesty. What kind of monster will you be? Indeed, to the brood cave and adventure. I forgot how freaking adorable this game is. What is this? Oh, that's probably just home. Kindness? Kindness is a genuine desire to help others. Without expectation of reward, healers tend to be kind. Your kindness score is 0 out of 100. I'm glad that I'm so awful. Ouch. Well, I imagine all of my stats are going to be pretty low. Blah, blah, blah. Adventure. Ooh, okay. Here we go. What shall we do? So yeah, you just get pictures. You don't actually know what the adventures are until you click on them. So let's do... rocks. Some monsterlings are building little stone towers. Blotz comes to you with a heaping armload of smooth rocks. Do you think this is enough to build a tower? Give him an honest answer. Help him build a tower. Shout, leave me alone. Prank Blotz nicely, or pull a mean prank on Blotz. We're trying to be honest, right? Oof. You count them and consider the problem in your head before telling him he has just enough. Blotz beams happily and waddles off, trying to build a tower. It's not a pretty tower, but it's the right size. And that's it. That's pretty much the game. There's a lot of different outcomes, though, so let's see what we shall get. What next? Music? You follow a thudding noise and find Sickle and Lapper hitting animal skulls with sticks. Nash Nash stands to one side, judging their performance. Join as a musician or join as a judge? Let's join as... I'm a musician. Nash Nash walks this way and that, watching you as you take your position behind the skull of a bear. You think she's looking for weakness. Who cares about skill? Play from the heart. Oh, ouch, I lost some cleverness. You drum as hard as you possibly can. Your sticks break and the skull shatters. Lapper and Sickle yelp in pain, but Nash Nash likes it. Sickle claps you on the back while Nash Nash chases Lapper away. You notice that Sickle broke one of her sticks too, but Lapper didn't break any. Oh, hello. Monster Loves You is basically a choose-your-own-adventure story game. It's super cute, super simple, but I needed something like that. So, that's what we're doing today. What's the Lobotomy Corporation? That sounds interesting. Okay, let's see. Let's do this one. Looks like they're saying something. Nash Nash shows you a rock. It's the best rock in the whole cave. It looks a bit like Sleeping Rabbit, but it's otherwise ordinary. Tell her she can find better. Nash Nash is always slapping you. Slap the rocks out of her claws. She's dangerous. Tell a white lie. Tell her she can find better. Nash Nash scowls and shakes the rock at you. You're lucky I'm not gonna break this against your hard head, Soft Skull. Let it go. Nash Nash storms away, waving the rock in her claws. She mutters and grumbles and spits, but doesn't want to listen. Okay. Ooh, let's do... This looks like maybe we can save somebody? A tiny cat scampers into the cave, followed by a worried Mupsy Moral. The cat leaps and climbs, coming to rest on a high ledge. Watch. The little cat sits on a high ledge, licking one paw and staring down at Mupsy Moral. Mupsy stares back at the cat. Who is Mupsy Moral? Mupsy makes something called the Omen Harbinger for the few monsters who can read. She's one of the older elders. Her head looks like a mushroom or a brain. Good to know. Is Mupsy writing a story about the cat? She might be. She doesn't look hungry. Regardless, the little cat seems upset that it wasn't consulted in the matter. Offer some lichens and mushrooms to the kitty. You stand at the bottom of the cave, holding up pawfuls of fungus and autotrophic hybrids. The cat ignores you. This isn't working. Try some other kind of food. You dig out a dead rabbit you were saving for later. It's still quite fresh, and the cat comes running to take a bite. Jackpot, or Jack Cat, or something. You stand before Mupsy Moral holding the little cat. She says, "Oh, thank you." Oh gosh, eat the cat right in front of her. Give Mupsy the cat. Mupsy says, "Well done, little one. I'm going to put a note about this in the next issue. You'll be famous." Cute. 3 days left. You are halfway towards leaving, becoming an adolescent. Firm up your personality as much as you can. Okie dokie. Snakes? What's that noise from the spawning vat? Go and see. You rush over. A big snake is eating helpless morsels. They moan and cry, but it doesn't stop. Who doesn't eat morsels eats some too, oh gosh. What? Bring it on, snake. You puff yourself up and approach the snake. It glances at you, then swallows another morsel whole. Fear not here. Wrestle the snake away from the vat. Hey, snake, yours for dinner. You pounce on the snake. It's 5 times your length and twice your weight, but your claws cut its scales like they were paper. Share the snake meat with the morsels. Soon you and the morsels are enjoying a meal of snake meat. The morsels peep with primitive gratitude. Adventure. 2 left. What shall we do? Huh. So Lobotomy Corporation is a monster managing game. That's a sad story, though. I've never heard of it. What? If it's badly translated, what country were the creators? Blah, that was not a correct sentence. Oh, what country did the creators come from? Where did they make it? There we go. You and Nash Nash and Blistery are wrestling near a big clay jar. You knock the jar off its ledge and it breaks into 100 pieces. You catch Elder Marinus out of the corner of your eye. It was my fault, confess, yes. Oh, from China? Okay, yeah, I could see how the translation might be a little interesting. You go to Elder Marinus. She looks at you expectantly, puffing out her body like a spiny fish. She looks poisonous. Take responsibility. She looks at you for a moment, then puffs. It's alright, it's a jar. These things happen. She pats you on your head. Okay. One last adventure. What shall we do? Let's do this one. You're chatting with Gobclaws and Blistery when a foul stench wafts in. Monsterlings all over the cave are shivering and holding their noses. Yuck, what is it? It's Blots. Gobclaws says someone's got to tell him. He stinks, but no, not the way monsters should. Blots sees your grip and makes his way over. Gobclaws and Blistery retreat. Talk to Blots about it. You spread your claws in a friendly way, and Blots sits next to you. Blots pouts. Why'd they all run away? Make up a clever story to help him. Tell him a small lie. He's fragile. You begin to tell the story of the cleanest monster, a shining paragon of hygiene and delightful scents. You can almost hear the sounds of bathing. Blots is enraptured by the story. Keep going. You end with, but I only made up the cleanest monster who is not you. You stink, Blots. We need to wash you. And you do. Well, I guess that's one way to do it. Problem solved. Oh, we've won. Oh, okay, so we still have one more adventure. Oh, nope. Oh my, you wake up and find that you're no longer a little monsterling, you're growing up. Wow. Elder Marinus calls the oldest monsterlings to gather in a group. You're one of the oldest ones now, so you should join them. She looks grave. Go with Elder Marinus. Marinus shuffles down the long tunnel, turning this way and that among dozens of forking passages. Keep going. Marinus stops in a warm, humid chamber with a pit in the floor. She points to the pit, which seethes with thick mist. Wait for her to make you go. Jump right in. Jump right in. You fall and fall some more. And fall, and you're falling, and other monsterlings are falling? Yes, some of them are crying, and you can't see through the mist. Or is it fog? Maybe clouds? Moans and groans and whispering screams. Where is this? It must be somewhere. You land on a smooth, flat stone. Despite the swirling vapor, the floor is dry as a bone. You hear other monsterlings breathing nearby. Some of them are still above you, still falling. Try to cushion. No. What? Okay. Oof, you don't see who you helped. Whoever it is rolls away in the thick fog without a word. Gratitude is not important. You rejoin some of the monsterlings at the edge of the mist. There are more passages out of here than you can count. Some monsters begin to panic while others look determined. We should take charge. The other monsterlings watch you, curious. Lead the way personally, slash the others to show them you're in charge. Help everyone work together. You lead the other monsterlings in a rousing song. Putting aside their trepidation, they advance into the twisting passages. Susie, I never asked you do you have something else that you prefer to be called besides your screen name? Also, how was your day? Soon you have all convened in a cave full of even thicker mist. Where is everyone? We can't see each other. The chamber swirls with mist, smoke, fog, vapor, except it's not any of those things. It's ghosts. Hundreds of them, large and small. They're everywhere. Spooky. One by one, the pale ghosts begin to turn their attention to you. Their eyes glow different colors. Stand fast. The ghosts speak in many voices, all hollow and distant, all in unison. They ask you, do you fear? Yes, this is scary. Your answer echoes back to you, louder and louder. You crouch down, trying to hide from the noise, and fall unconscious. Sleep for a while. End of Monsterlinghood. Okay, I think we got pretty good with honesty. I don't know. Oh, it's probably a reputation. Looks good. You wake up inside a well-appointed hovel. This is your home now. What should I be doing now? The more brave, clever, ferocious, kind, and honest you are, the more the other monsters will grow to respect you. Gain enough respect, and you might someday affect important world events. You wake up inside a well-appointed hovel. This is your home now. Start living as an adolescent monster. Ah, look at me. Alright, I think this is a pretty cute little home. Enter the big bad world. Alright, we've got 8 days. Whatever shall we do? Well, we want to get at least one stat pretty high. And since our honesty is close, I'm going to go with one of these because they look like the honesty little thing. I don't know. Greedblitz walks past your stoop. He stops, coughs, and tilts his head, proudly showing off his baseball hat. It makes him look ridiculous. What's baseball? Some human sport involving large wooden bats is something you could see making an appearance in monster culture. Ask him about the hat. Greedblitz says, I gave a talking fox a whole bushel of rabbits for it. He said it's what all the smartest humans are wearing these days. Monsters walk by pointing and snickering at the ridiculous chapeau as they do. Gently tell him the truth. It looks sort of like a duck's face. Greedblitz beams, misinterpreting your intention. A duck's face I stole from the humans. He moves away to show others. Okay. Adventure in town. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's do this one. Okay. You're not sure exactly how, but the conversation in Portland Square has turned into a bragging contest. Suddenly everyone looks at you, waiting. You're good at monster. Oh, I don't have that much courage. Boast of my courage. You tell everyone how little meaning fear has for you, and as you speak, you feel just a little bit braver. Then Blistery asks, what about humans? What about humans? Blistery asks, what if you met a human in the forest? Just one, what would you do? I'd brag that I'd walk up to the human. Oh no, I lost some honesty. Everyone stares at you. They clearly do not believe a word you just said. Dang. Youch. That was not great. This looks pretty. Elder Jaggery grabs your claw and drags you out of town. I need you to scare a pig for me, he says. Here we go again. Jaggery sniffs the air and says, never mind, there it goes. He gallops away, leaving you alone in grassy meadow. Explore a bit. Oh dang. As you poke around in the bushes, a ball rolls through them and comes to rest at your feet. That's a human thing. Better run away, even though you bragged that you wouldn't. Walk through the bushes. My cleverness is slowly going down. You see a human sitting in the middle of the meadow. It hasn't spotted you yet, but it looks up at the sound of your movement. Wait and see what the human does. The human looks at you, waves its arm, burps, and laughs. The sound sends shivers down your spine. Watch the human, but be ready to run. The human, still sitting, points at the bushes behind you. It makes a sound. It seems to be very young, no more than a monsterling or even a morsel. Give back its ball. You can't bring yourself to come and reach, but you pick up the ball and roll it towards the humanling. The humanling laughs again. Enough, go home before something bad happens. You run along to Omen with a bit of new perspective and a story. The other monsters were impressed that you interacted with a human. I don't get all of my honesty points back because I did what I said I was going to do. Let's go on another adventure. It's such a nice day today, perfect weather to wander outside of town, though you're not really supposed to leave Omen until you're older. Walk in the forest paths nearish Omen. What glorious weather! The sun is shining, the birds are singing, squirrels are squirreling things away in their squirrel homes. Keep walking, why not? You really don't see why young monsters are supposed to stay in town. What's going to hurt you out here? A squirrel? A tree? Uh-oh. Keep walking on the path. Hey, what's that? You think you see a bear, or is it a human? Oh, it's just a twig snapping. Everything's fine. You soon forget that the sound of the snapping twig. It was probably a friendly badger or a clumsy bear, silly old bear, stepping on snap. There it is again. Better go home. No, it's fine. Keep walking. You hear the sound again, then 2 more times in rapid succession. Something is behind you, under the cover of the trees. Get ready for a fight. You can beat any animals in these woods. It's a human carrying a weapon made of wood and string. She uses a weapon to fling another thing in your direction. Ah, no! The sharp thing jabs into you and you shriek. The pain is worse than any claw or tooth. It's not a deadly wound, but it eats at your body and mind. Hide in the trees. You duck into another row of trees and stay out of sight. The human flings 2 more wooden things in your general direction, but you stay quiet and she moves on. Run home as soon as it's safe. You manage to hightail it out of there with your hide intact. You tell your friends, who shudder at the account. Okay, well, our bravery is still pretty high. Our honesty. Eek. Okay, we need to try to turn this around. Let's go with this one. Squeak, thud, squeak, thud, squeak, thud. You follow the odd sound until you find Gobclaws. She's dragging a dusty, broken wagon back home. Looks like hard work. Ask her what's in the wagon. The wagon's full of more wagon pieces. I might be able to put it back together. Can you help me? From her limp, you gather she has a busted leg at the moment. Well... You flex your claws, still not fully healed from a recent fight. You could hurt yourself if you help her. Help her pull it. It's easier to move with both of you helping. Gobclaws thanks you, and the 2 of you enlist the scapegoat to help even more. Fantastic. The goat is strong enough to give you a wagon ride once the wheels are on, and he does. Cool. That was not very fruitful. Let's check out this scapegoat. You hear a bleeding sound from inside the scapegoat's pit. Is it the scapegoat? Of course it is. Bleeding is what goats do. Well, good. The scapegoat walks out of its pit, looks around, and bleeds again. Nash Nash says it wants a fight. Let's give it one. See what's really bothering the goat. The scapegoat stares at you as you approach it. It bleats again, looking into the pit. You can see that there's no food anywhere. Oh, well. Nash Nash shoves you inside. It says, I said, let's give it a fight. Defend the scapegoat from Nash Nash. Go get some goat food. The scapegoat seems relieved when you step between it and Nash Nash. Nash Nash says, okay, I'll fight you instead, but then she always does. Give Nash Nash a good tussle. You and Nash Nash roll in the dirt, kicking up dust and scattering mud and slime everywhere. Soon you are exhausted. What about the goat? The scapegoat has retreated back into its pit, where some other monsters are feeding it. It came up because it was out of food. Isn't that thing on a tether? When the scapegoat gets hungry enough, it will chew apart its rope so it can forage for food. The elders call this system chomps and balances. Haha. Alright. Let's see. Spider? You find Blistery crouched in the forest, petting a rather furry spider. It doesn't look too good. In fact, it's not moving at all. Examine the spider. The spider is furry, but it should be much furrier. Patches of its stiff hair are falling out. Its eyes are dull and... Did it just cough? You didn't know spiders could cough. Okay. Helps Blistery with the spider. You take a moment to assess the situation. There's a whole web full of equally large spiders in the alley besides Blistery's hovel. Dang. They seem tense, and you think they're staring at you. The 6th spider shivers. Feed it some flies? You scurry off to Nash Nash's hovel, where there are always dead flies around, and scoops them up. Get him back to the spider. Soon the spider's cracking them with its little mandibles and sucking out their juices. Blistery is visibly relieved. Nice. Okay. 2 days left. Let's do this one. Outside your house, Nash Nash charges from a nearby bush and sends you tumbling. Hey, Junior, how's it going? Did you have a good day? Having a good Saturday? Challenge! She screams at the top of her voice. It's on. I'm pretty well now that I'm home from work in the nice air conditioning. Square off and wait for Nash Nash to make a mistake. There, Nash Nash swings and misses. Take your shot. You lunge forward and knock her out. The day is yours. You look around proudly, but nobody noticed your little scuffle. Okay. 5 to 11. Ouch. 11 p.m. That is rough. That is a long work day. I'm sorry, Junior. A nap and shower, now you're ready? Well, that's good. Alright, let's do this one. Oh, jeez. You hear screams, shrieks, and cheers, and you come running. The oldest monster is fighting a challenger. Even the elder monsters flee to a safe distance. They know this could turn out badly. Who's fighting? Everyone knows and fears the power of the oldest monster, except apparently this big purple guy you've never seen before. Oh. Watch closely and learn. You're the... bravery max. At least we maxed out something. You're the closest monster to the fight. The purple monster has 16 thick, ropey tentacles, and he's trying to strangle the oldest monster. That's close. The oldest monster ignores a grip that could, and does, shatter a hovel. I do have some plans where, in my family we have 3 different birthdays in August, so we just celebrate them all at the same time, so we're doing that birthday barbecue tonight. Which is why we're playing a bit of a shorter game. Should we get closer or watch from a safe distance? Get closer. You move just a little closer, ignoring the shouts from behind you. The oldest monster swings the purple guy by his tentacles, and you're in the path of the great brute's body. No! Marinus shrieks as the purple guy uproots a tree. The 2 great creatures square off again. Giant Hammerhag squeals. Get out of there, you fool! Alayla gasps and hides her face. Oops! Marinus puffs herself up and rolls between the fighters like a great spiny boulder, trying to grab you and pull you out of there. Oh. The oldest monster's tail twitches, barely, and Marinus is knocked away like a ball, deflating and bleeding. Run away! You get 2 steps before the purple challenger snaps you up in his jaws. Just before he can chew, the oldest monster rips his head clean off and hurls it away. Stand tall. No, you nearly poop yourself out of fear, and now nobody will meet your eyes. Alright, well. Adolescence is fleeting. You have grown beyond youth and have become an adult. Yes! You have been dragged from your bed by your friends and neighbors. What and who and where are you? They tell you it's time to grow up. You're taken into the woods. Okay. The neighbors throw you into the center of a great circle of monsters, all older than you. They whisper to each other and then look at you and whisper some more. Get on, getting on. The monsters murmur and mutter, spit and snarl. They're deciding what best defines you as a monster. Wait patiently. After a while, the muttering stops, though the murmuring goes on for some time longer. Finally, the assembled monsters come to a decision. Well, what is it? The ring of monsters shuffles closer to you, forming a tighter circle. Elders loom over you, while the smaller adults crouch low. Your surroundings grow shadowy and dark. Wait, what's happening? This is the end of your adolescence. Your body becomes tougher, and other grown-up monsters will become more likely to listen when you speak. Well, that's cool that there's these definitive times in our lives. Do your part in the ceremony of adulation. The other monsters hold you in some respect. 1 out of a possible 100 points. Youch. Good for them. It is immediately clear to the crowd that you are very kind for a monster. So nice of them to think so. The crowd shoves 2 monsterlings into the circle, each with a broken arm. An elder asks you to take care of them. Gently tend to their wounds? Yes, you croon and pet the monsterlings until they grow drowsy, then splint their damaged limbs in silence. They leave quietly, feeling much better. Everyone cheers. Accept their respect and move on. Okay, my bravery is 100. That's interesting that they picked up my kindness, which is 80. Okay, well, okay. Oh, well, we gained some respect. Yep. You're an adult now. You'll grow stronger over time, but your personality is no longer as mutable as it was when you were young. Onward to adulthood. Politic with monsters, explore the whale mists. Let's explore the whale mist. Let's do this one. The swine doctor has asked you to catch a special fox. It limps, she says, and it coughs. I need it. Quickly, if at all. Why does she need this sickly fox? The swine doctor swats you with 1 prickly arm. There's no time for questions. Get the fox or don't. After it. You go forth into the forest, trailing the fox. As you get closer, you catch a glimpse of its ragged ears between 2 trees. The fox is limping slowly. Get closer. As you draw near, you smell something sickly sweet. The fox slumps and vomits green matter onto the forest floor. Your claws tremble at the thought of touching it. Pursue the fox to the ends of the forest and beyond. Fox sickness can't harm a monster. The fox tries to scare you off at the last moment by throwing up again, but you snatch it in your claws. Return to Omen and present the plague fox to the spine doctor. The doctor accepts the fox with delight. She nods to several patients waiting to see her. You see, friends, this one shows promise. Watch what she does with the fox. Yay, I gain respect! The spine doctor squeezes the fox, forcing it to throw up in a row of rat cages. She says, now I can use the rats to make medicine, so we can cure animals we care about. Okay. Let's politic with monsters. I guess I'll just alternate. Well, this one looks interesting. You look over your garden. Garden? Garden! Most hovels have gardens. Many monsters don't care, but some like to show off their herbs, spices, and flowers. How's it looking? There are so many rocks there, even if you don't feel like planting things, it looks bad. These rocks ought to go. Start digging. All this work is a lot harder than you expected. You're not a natural digger like Molefit or Shovel. Shovel? Not all monsters pick good names. Just be glad you're not one of them. What is my name? Take a break. This is hard. You notice that several monsters have gathered to watch you. Get some help. You eye the other monsters warily, some of them looking curious, and none of them look like they enjoy manual labor. Admit you could use help. Gobclaws and Smark join you. Gobclaws cracks the rocks into smaller pieces. Little Smark mostly just sits there, but the work goes well. Thank them for the help. Yay! That turned out well. Alright, what shall we do next? This one looks interesting. You're following a deer in the forest when the trail comes to an abrupt end just in front of a cave entrance. The hoofprints look strange, like the deer doubled back, walking backwards on its own tracks. It's a trap. Okay, so what do you do about it, smart monster? Turn the trap against the deer. You walk into the cave and find Hamrag taking one of his famous naps. The huge monster is known for his irritability when he's awakened. A twig snaps in the bushes. The deer is fleeing. Wait for the deer to come to you. You wait and wait, but the deer has slipped away like a shadow. Oh, bums. Well, that's okay. Politic with the monsters. Let's do this one. You hear Grit Mitten telling younger monsters about the human that almost killed them. It's pointy parts that get you, he says. Listen in. Always wait until the knife is pointing somewhere else, then run away. He turns to you and says, isn't that right? Explain to the youngsters that a human knife is always dangerous. You calmly expand on Grit Mitten's tale, sharing what you have learned about the frightening blades of the humans. The young monsters promise that they will treat such things with respect, even if no one's holding one. Okay. Well, that didn't do me too much good. So the snake. You take the lead on a hunt in the whale mist, but you've become separated from the group suddenly. You catch sight of something. There! Where? Within that thicket. Rumor has it that an especially large, clever snake tricked Nash Nash, biting her, and made her sick for days, and it's right there, waiting, watching. Call everyone and get out of there. Oh no! What do you mean, everyone? Everyone! Oh, everyone. You gather everyone and retreat to Omen. Nobody kills a snake. It may forever lurk in the paths of that forest. Well, but... Politic with monsters. That looks yummy. Gobclaws and you are arguing about what to have for lunch. She got to pick last time. Suddenly, your favorite food flies down from the sky and perches within arm's reach. The magpie chirps. Have either of you seen a cornfield around here? Your stomach growls. It's tough, but help the bird. Through gritted teeth and a sheen of sweat, you coolly tell the bird where to find a human cornfield. After it flies off, Gobclaws asks why you did it. Explain that one should help anyone who asks, so the favor might be passed along. She nods at you. Sage thought, someday I might need to help, and that magpie could give it, but we still need to have a real meal. Fair enough. I gotta get my bravery back up, you guys. Let's see. A sword? That should help get some bravery up, right? You find a red hood and a basket in the middle of a forest path. A human house is nearby. Funny, you never noticed it before. There's a white picket fence out front. Oh, this sounds like Little Red Riding Hood. Circle the pretty little house. There's a great deal of blood in the yard, along with a half-dead wolf coughing weakly. Asks the wolf what happened. Woodcutters, friend. You can't trust them. Beware their axes, even worse than knives. The wolf finishes dying. Oh gosh. Bow your head in respect. You're not sure if you're respecting the human capacity for killing or the wolf's perfectly timed last words, but before you can come to a decision, you've grown bored. Will something bad happen if I take and eat the wolf carcass? It talked to us. Be on our way. You walk home with a spring in your step and a whistle in your maw. We probably could have gotten something if we'd taken the wolf carcass home, but oh well. Maybe this will help get our kindness up. The spine doctor is treating 2 injured monsters in Portland Square. Watch. She breaks off her own quills and uses them like sewing needles. A little iron pot boils over a small fire, but it's just water. The doctor seems to have run out of something. Okay, we already asked that, so I'm not going to ask it again. Who's hurt? Prudence and Prufrock. They're lying prone, both covered in long, straight lacerations. Blood and slime seeps from every cut. Okay. Offer to get involved. You join the spine doctor, who accepts your help approvingly. How will you aid her? Should we hold the cuts closed while the doctor prepares medicine? Offer to fetch medicine for the spine doctor? Hold the cuts closed while the doctor... Yes, kindness is maxed. And we got some more respect. It's sticky work, but you pinch the wounds shut and staunch the bleeding long enough for the doctor to ready a healing salve. Cool. This looks like it'd be interesting. A flock of geese are at the square. No, honk. One can talk. Honk. Above the din. Honk. Nash Nash screams. Last one to drive them away is the loser. And she's on that human scooter she found. Let's hunt down a cool secret weapon of our own. You run to Hamrag's hovel and steal or borrow the fox pelt he uses as a doormat. Let's gear up. Plonking it on your head, you run towards the geese, growling and yipping. The geese swarm you. You can think of 2 good options. Think fast and out-honk the geese? Yes. You honk so loudly the geese think you to be the boss goose and follow you to the nearest pond. Nash Nash accepts the loss and scoots off. Well, I'm glad that worked. Politic with monsters. Let's see what these guys are doing. Balfog and Gritmitten are arguing in the street over a cat. They both want kitty croquettes for lunch. Sounds yummy, so what's the problem? Balfog says he caught the cat, but Gritmitten says it was in his larder before it got out. Both monsters turn to you as a neutral party to decide. Try to make everybody happy. That never really works out, does it, though? Balfrog holds the cat close, stroking it absently. The cat mews and rubs its head against his chitinous gripper. Ask Balfrog if, just this once, sharing is on the table along with the cat. Demand to hold the cat while you mediate the dispute. You are able to persuade Balfog to give Gritmitten the cat's tail, so that's something. Gritmitten thanks you for your intercession. Okay, I feel like we're doing pretty well. Let's see. I think after this, these stats don't change anymore. And just our respect does, if I remember correctly. Like I said, it's been a long time. You're bringing home a human coat you found hanging on a tree when you see a cat waving at you. Wave back. The cat is standing on his hind legs, wearing human boots, and indeed is covered in human clothing artifacts. Save me, he cries, pointing to a wolf who has it cornered. Get the wolf! Attack the wolf cautiously, something's not right. You leap on the wolf, keeping an eye on the cat. Good thing, too, since the minute your back is turned, he tries to take the coat you found. Let the wolf go and attack the cat. You attack the cat, but he smirks and runs away at amazing speed. Maybe those boots are magical. Puss in Boots. Politic with monsters. Let's do this one. All of Omen is abuzz. Others glare angrily at everyone, then look back at the broken sign at the town gate. You look down at the little piece of the sign you're holding and blush. Wait, what did you do again? Coming back from a hunt, you were so full of high spirits that you jumped up and slapped the sign. You just slapped a little too hard with your claws. Blistery spots the bit of sign that you're holding. Hey, don't tell anyone you broke it. It'll get fixed. This will all blow over. It's just an ill wind that blows nobody any good. Bygones will be bygones. What's she going on about? Blistery is often accused of thinking she knows everything. This includes human cliches. All of them. Blistery says, I can take care of this. Look, I took a bit of the sign too. I can slip some into Virox's hair when he isn't looking. Nobody ever believes him since he's always lying and stealing things. No, come forth and admit your accidental crime. Yes, honesty maxed. We lost one respect, but that's okay. It's just the one that we got from when we were monsterlings. All the gathered elders scowl at you. They take turns chewing you out, which for monsters is a more literal expression than you might expect. Ragged and bloody, you creep back to your hovel to heal. Ouch. You take solace in the fact that your honor is intact. You messed up, but you told the truth, and everyone will remember that. Okay, so our honesty is maxed out. Our kindness is maxed out. Is our bravery still lower? Ugh, dang, we have to get 4 more bravery. Alright, explore the whale nests. We need to get brave. A pack of monsters sets out to capture the honeyed bees, a special swarm that carries its hive along with it in small pieces. The sweet odor of rich honey is everywhere, along with the forest trails. Onward! Blistery says, me first, and I'm not sharing either. It's every monster for herself today. Nash Nash nods and flexes her claws as everyone splits up. Lurk where the swarm is likely to pass, then pounce. Lunge into the heart of the largest part of the swarm. Grab a honeycomb, but only if it's safe to do so. Yes! Perfect, bravery maxed. Now we just have to leave everything as it is. You take a nap in the shadow of a thicket of trees. Awakened by the approaching of buzzing wings, you jump into the swarm and escape with a delicious honeycomb. Okay, now we just can't lose any bravery, honesty, or kindness. Politic with monsters. What's this door got? You hear a cry from a nearby hovel. What's happening over there? Sasswaite, a new adolescent, doesn't understand how the windows in her hovel work. She's trapped her paws under a heavy pain. Free her from the window. You walk over and take a look. This should be easy for a grown-up monster like you. Lift the window to free Sasswaite. Sasswaite seems afraid of you, but these things happen. She thanks you for releasing her from the window. You notice that a small crowd has gathered. Help Sasswaite treat her injured arm. Yay, respect! You tend to Sasswaite's bruise with a salve made from flowers and mushrooms. Soon she feels no pain at all. The crowd applauds your helpfulness. Okay. Oh, let's just finish out politicking with monsters, right? So we can gain some respect. Gobclaw shows off a human doll she found in the last hunt. A crowd of elders and other monsters gathers around you, chattering excitedly. Indeed. She asks if you think it might be good to show the doll to some of the monsterlings. Let them see a human-shaped thing without actually seeing a real human. What do you think? Educational. Absolutely, because Gobclaws can see that you're bringing some science here. She hangs on your words, as does the rest of the crowd. They should know what a human likes so they don't freeze the first time they see a real one. Gobclaws nods. Good point. We want the young ones to avoid humans, but not be so frightened that they do anything foolish. Yes, we're doing so well, you guys. Gobclaws says you're wiser than me. The rest of the monsters nod half-heartedly, but you can tell they appreciate your insight. 0 days left. You're growing old, my friend. Your body is very soft, and you drip slime everywhere you go. It's getting hard to leave your hovel. Go to see the spine doctor. The doctor tells you that your time is almost up. You'll soon reach the end of adulthood, and you will either ascend to elder status or dissolve into slime. What happens to monsters who dissolve? Their bodies melt into the spawning vat, where their memories will nourish the minds of new generations of morsels. Well, that's not so bad, right? What happens to the monsters who ascend? Those who manage to ascend becomes elders and live on to steer the fate of monster kind. I think we got this in the bag, you guys. The doctor tells you... Oh, can the doctor do something to stop the process? Return to your hovel and prepare. A group of elders is waiting at the door of your hovel. They've seen your drippings. They know it's time for you to dissolve or ascend. Go with him to dissolve or become an elder. The elders of Omen surround you at the spawning vat. They've built a fire beneath the small cauldron. Your body is squishy and damp. Examine the cauldron. The rusty iron cauldron smells like electrical fluid and herbs from the whale mist. It's empty now, but soon it will hold blood and slime from many monsters. Okay. Be tested. Try to ascend to elder status. A masked elder comes forward. She says, "It's time to decide." All the elders growl and snarl. Watch. The masked elder claws herself. 3 drops of liquid splatter against the hot bottom of the empty cauldron. Thick vapor rises into the air. Was that blood or slime? You can't be sure. Depends on how much she respects you. Go on. The masked elder asks, "Who has already decided the fate of this monster?" Wait. A few of the elders approach the cauldron and add fluid to the collection. The liquid begins to bubble. Wait. The masked elder has placed 5 flat stones on the ground before you. She says, "Choose one. Chance will guide your claw." Look at the stones. Each stone is stained with old blood and polished by the touch of many a paw. You can't tell one stone from the others. Okay. Pick a stone that looks good. The other side of the stone is etched with a crude glyph. It shows one monster kneeling beside another injured monster. The masked elder says, "We will test your kindness." Okay, our kindness is maxed, so this should be okay. A huge elder carries another monster close to the cauldron. The other monster is half melted and hard to recognize. Look closer. It's Nash Nash, or what's left of her. She's begun to dissolve like you, and her condition is far advanced. What's going to happen to her? The masked elder says, "We've decided that Nash Nash is too violent. There's a place for pure ferocity in our world, but it must be tempered with other qualities. Regard your own soft, wobbly claws." The elder says, "See her eyes? She still seethes with pure rage. Perhaps you can calm her before her end." Console the dying Nash Nash. Nash Nash growls and lashes out at you. Your claws might be weak, but hers are the only part of her that are still strong. You bleed. Ignore the pain and speak soothing words to Nash Nash. You lean close, wincing slightly as she draws a new line of red on your hide, and hold her tight. She finally ceases her struggles. Goodbye, Nash Nash. The huge elder picks up a now unresisting Nash Nash and gently releases her into the spawning vat, and she is gone. Choose the next stone. The other side of the stone is etched with a crude glyph. It shows a monster facing down a human. The masked elder says, "We will test your bravery." Okay, my bravery is also maxed out, so far so good, right? Elders add sticks and dry leaves to the fire until it grows huge and hot. They remove the cauldron and retreat before the roaring flames one by one, until only you remain. 50% chance you will die. Try to stay near the fire. It's hot, very hot, and your body begins to pull away on its own. You gather your will and remain in place. Your excess slime begins to dry out and crack, but the fire dies down. You're still here. Whew! Several monsters howl their approval and step forward, adding more fluids to the iron cauldron. Approach the cauldron. You hold the cauldron, which contains the portentous infusion. It's heavy. Look in the cauldron. It's quite full, and there's far more blood in there than slime. Drink the portentous infusion. If there's enough blood in it, you'll ascend. You drink the bubbling concoction, then belch and howl. Your body solidifies almost instantly. You are an elder now. Yay! We've got lots of bravery, lots of honesty, lots of kindness. We're not too ferocious. We're decently clever. You are now an elder. You are welcome in Znak, the oldest of the monster towns. Okay. In this stage of life, if you play your cards right, you'll be able to affect both the ways monsters view humans and vice versa. Use your powers of persuasion wisely. Alright. This is where things get interesting. Let's journey to Carmen. This looks... Well, we have really good kindness, so let's do this. You're in a secluded hiding place near the park. Suddenly, you see a human grab her stomach and fall over. Is she playing a joke? Not unless it's on herself. There's no one else around. Sickness is often the same in monsters and in humans. Okay. You're in a secluded hiding place near the... Now's your time to shine. That's the spirit. What will you do? Be like the spine doctor. Doctor her good. Risk being seen. Be like the spine doctor. You lay her down on their back gently and feel her belly. This rumbling calls for milkweed, a sure settler of such complaints. Well, go find some. You dash into the park, where you find a few pods of the stuff. Using your claws, you cut open the pods and drain the contents into the human's mouth. See what happens. She moans and tries to push you away, but you hold her still and keep the medicine coming, just like the spine doctor talking. Okay. Success! The human is soon standing unaided. Other humans come to help her, but she hardly needs their assistance. Off you go. Ooh, advanced neurosurgery plus 15. Human's view plus 18. The human's brushes milkweed fluff from her chin and looks around for her savior. You're sure she's watching as you lope away. Aw, we're so kind. Let's politic. Let's do this one. Elder Riddy wants to stop using electricity. This is the second time it's been spelled differently, from the humans. It's making us less monstrous, he explains, and it is a human thing through and through. You happen to know a bit about electricity. You shuffle forward and raise one claw, clearing your throat. All the elders turn to look. Riddy says, "Ah, you agree with me?" No, describe why electricity is great. We have lots of honesty, so it should be okay. You explain your point of view. Some of the younger elders start talking about doing more with electricity than just keeping things cold or well lit. Explain what you know about electricity, the good and the bad. You describe some of the things you've seen, boxes with moving pictures, ways to send messages by clicking one's fingers on a board. The other elders believe you. Of course they do. You're not thought of as a liar after all. Yes. They're fascinated. The group agrees to look into new ways to use electricity for the benefit of monster civilization. Riddy hisses and stalks off. Okay. Let's journey back to Carmen. This looks nice. You're hiding in a shiny wood building. Two humans are holding hands in front of another human. Aha! He makes a lot of noise about a witness. The other two look around disappointed at the empty room. Pull a hat over your head and offer to be a witness. Quietly seek out another human to be a witness. Oh, they're getting married. Let's use our bravery. They're delighted. The humans all take turns talking. Ah. And talking. Ah. And talking. Ah. And talking. Yes. Eventually, the two holding hands make kiss faces at each other. They sign a paper and hand it to you. Take the pen and do the same. You make a pretty squiggle. Beautiful. The pair thanks you profusely, and you bow. Whoops, the hat fell off. Ah, exposed. The humans gasp, but you stand your ground, unafraid. Oh, unafraid. After a moment, they thank you. Okay. We're doing so good, you guys. Hopefully nothing screws it up. Blistery proposes a new plan to keep an eye on the human. What is it? We'll take over an abandoned house in Carmen, keep someone in there at all times, and take extensive notes on everything they do. Interesting idea. Several other elders seem to like the idea very much. They argue about whether to establish their spy house, or where to establish their spy house, though. Carmen has many empty buildings. What shall we use? Well, we have very little ferocity, so let's take a gamble on our 70% cleverness. The expedition sets out immediately. Hiding in the unused upper floor of the library, they observe humans reading and learning. Make sure they see that humans are smart. Oh, phew, that worked out well, okay. In short order, several elders learn to read for the first time. They seem impressed with the unsuspecting human subjects. Oh, that's it. Okay. Let's journey back to Carmen. Let's do this one. Let's be sneaky sneaks. You sneaked up to an open window. A human sits on an overstuffed chair. Her back is to a desk covered in... Wait a minute, it's a map with red X's on them. Look closer. They're showing off locations of the monster towns alongside a badly drawn sketch of a monster with a knife stuck through it. What to do? Alter the maps to teach her something? Confront her even though she could kill you? Teach this human a lesson with violence requires claws. Okay, well, our bravery is definitely higher than our cleverness, so let's go with that. You remember that some humans really like gifts. You gather an offering of stinkweed and corn husks and return to knock on the front of her house. Oh gosh, this is gonna be bad. This'll be nice. She answers and yelps with surprise at the sight of you. Give her the bouquet. You shove it at her face. Oops, too much. Still, she seems to find the situation more curious than frightening. For me? Nod at her. She looks bewildered but touched. She utters a quick thanks, hesitating before retreating to her home. Okay, well 8% is better than nothing. We got a smiley face now. Okay, let's politic some more. Let's do the puddle. Elder Prudence is tiring of the debate about living alongside the humans. Listen to her argument. Prudence says they can't even eat a squirrel without killing it first. Their bodies are only slimy around their assorted holes. Why bother to talk to them? Oh my gosh, my foot is falling asleep. Okay. We're best off keeping our distance forever. She slumps down, disgusted. Just drool on her. We have plenty of kindness, so this should go well. Humans kill their food to spare them pain. Success! One elder agrees with you. It makes sense. A series of grunts and snarls follows, and the crowd agrees that this explanation speaks well of the kindness of humans. Alright, we need to do something that's going to be big. Let's do a paw print. You decide to check out the Carmen Carnival, Mupsy recently mentioned. Following her map, you take lefts and rights and straight-ons until you look up and... uh-oh. Humans everywhere. What's that noise and smell? And that over there, or that? Looks like an organ grinder, monkey poop, and mobs of human children. And a tiger. Wait, a tiger? The tiger is running through the crowd, right through the middle. Actually, that's because the crowd is scattering away from the tiger. Aren't humans afraid of tigers? Come to think of it, humans are scared of tigers, and usually keep them in cages, don't they? Well, our bravery is 100, so let's go for that. Fight the tiger before it gets away. The tiger crouches, ready to spring on a pair of cowering humans, but you leap behind it and step on its tail. Now that you have its attention, take it on. You and the tiger circle each other. You push a human girl out of the tiger's reach as you move, not really thinking about it. Attack! You and the tiger tumble up and down the streets, breaking windows and knocking over food carts. Oh no. You're covered with claw marks, but the outcome is never really in doubt. It's dead. They were okay with it. The humans cheer as you walk away from a very dead tiger. Being surrounded by humans is not your idea of fun, so you leave after a quick wave. Yay, we're doing so well. Now we just gotta make sure we don't screw it up. Great Blitz, puffed up with multisyllabic importance, addresses the other elders. My fellow monsterin, he begins, I propose we meet the humans halfway. What? In that meadow near the forest? No, he clears his throat. I think we should learn from them and adopt human ways to become more civilized. Okay, let's see what we got. Here, start an exploratory committee to look into the matter. Yes, we should use their tricks against them. I learned we don't have any ferocity. Well, we have some, but not that much. Let's take a gamble on our cleverness. Oh, yay, we did it! You make a persuasive case. Under your tutelage, the other gathered elders learn much about organization governing the human way. Fun! Alright, journey to Carmen. Let's do this one. An older human and many children sit in rows in a hot, echoing room. The older human drones on while the children look at everything but him. The windows, the clock, even your hiding spot. What is the older human saying? He's telling them about lifeology. You know about that. Of course, yeah, lifeology, obviously. But judging from his expression, he doesn't seem to find it very interesting himself. Step in and show him how to teach. You burst into the classroom and everyone stops to stare at you. For one precious moment, nobody does anything. Well, let's go with kindness. It's a higher stat than cleverness. Talk to them about the attitude behind doctoring. You begin by telling them that one must know one's own heart to work with the hearts of others. The children listen as you go on about compassion and its use in healing. Go on. You'll explain how kindness is the only real virtue, the origin of all others, and by the time the class is over, you're hopeful that some of the children will go on to become doctors. Score! You leave, surrounded by thankful humans. We're almost there, you guys. Let's politic. We just did this one in Carmen, so... Gritmitten shouts, "Might makes right." Proofrock replies, "Not always. We should talk more like the humans do." Well, I think you guys kind of get where this is going. Agree with Proofrock. Debate is powerful. You explain how humans can come to a decision as a group without slashing or biting anyone. The other elders are intrigued by your words. Go on. Yay! When you start describing voting, they lose interest, but they agree that words hold great power. Okay, now we just gotta get the humans all the way up. Journey to Carmen. This one? You're across the street from a coffee shop. Sniff. The human coffee they're drinking smells weak, even by human standards. How strong should it be? In Omentown, the monsters boil a terrible black brew, so potent it must be stirred with stones and bones. Every monster knows what real coffee is. Okay. Okay. So, do you want to help them out? Rush over and fix the problem, gently offer advice using a telephone call. Let's use our bravery, because I feel like them seeing that it's a monster will increase their thoughts on us, right? As you step into the street, there comes a horrible honk honk and a screech, and 3 swift-moving metal masses just missed your scary body. Go, monster, go! Success! You dodge, swallowing your fear and spring in through the gap in the wall of danger. In the shop, you crack a whole bag of beans in your mouth and funnel them into the human machine. Ah, bubble bubble, coffee doubled. A human wanders over to the pot and helps himself. He takes a sip and starts choking. It's working. Uh-oh. By the time he catches his breath, he's looking at the mug in his hand with a new appreciation. Oh my gosh. I hate coffee. I can't, especially strong coffee. Oof. Ugh. But, I mean, I know there's some people that really appreciate, like, black coffee. Your work is done. Sneak away. His expanded pupils let him see you leave the shop, and he raises his mug in salute. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we just can't muck anything up. Politic. Sword? The spine doctor looks up from her current patient. She's working a human knife free of a younger monster's ribs. Humans are dangerous. Watch and listen. She says, humans? No claws, so they made their own. Awful thing. Knife wound. Takes twice as much milkweed to patch up as a jaguar attack. Best steer clear, I say. Well, yeah, let's use our honesty. Explain how they're not all about fighting. Success. That scary knife you explain is used to spread jam on bread. Real knives are much worse. Oh gosh. The spine doctor nods, a little shocked. Okay. Let's go back to Carmen. What is this place? You're in a dark, dank, woody room that smells like old jaggery. Mosey on in. Humans sit at a long counter and drink what looks like foamy cider. Oh, we're at a bar. Okay. They seem sad and a little confused. Ah, a drinking place. After a bit, you see that there's a stool open, so you climb up and plop down on it. One of the humans starts muttering about his problems. Can humans see what you are? Get out of here before you realize your monster. Strike up a conversation. Throwing contest. He doesn't appear to have noticed you yet, or maybe he just doesn't care. It sure is dark, though. Okay. Let's risk it. Strike up a conversation with the human. My wife just took my jellyfish, and my dog just ran away. What? You have a jellyfish? Alright. He goes on and on about what sounds like a pretty awful situation. Give him some gentle but tough love. Listen on, he already seems so sad. Let's use our honesty. We haven't used that in a while. Give him some gentle but tough love. His problems are real, but he can't stop betting on some kind of bowl, although you don't know what was in the bowl. You tell him he can deal with them himself if he's strong. Keep at it. He listens, caught by the passion in your voice, and eventually nods. Yeah, I can do it. I know I can. The human pays for your drink, which is a relief, as you have no human money. Well, it worked out for the best. Okay, 1 day left. As long as we don't bunk anything up, we'll be good to go. Jaggery drinks deep from a jar of cider. Oh, speaking of Jaggery, he belches and the air goes weary. Watch the ferocious elder as he drinks some more. Jaggery raises one claw. Humans. Humans are stupid. Lazy, worthless, stupid. And I'll fight any monster who says otherwise. I wish that I had strengthened my cleverness a bit more. Disagree. Humans can be... Whoa, that was weird. Humans can be altruistic and generous. Drawing on your own experience with giving and helping other monsters, you select several excellent examples of human kindness. It's really just a question of knowing your subject. Jaggery himself is too tipsy to consider it, but everyone else is quite impressed. Okay. Oh, too bad though, we didn't really raise our, respect. As you walk through Portland Square, you think on your past. Life hasn't always been easy, but you've built up your reputation. You are quite well respected. Yes, well respected indeed. Though monsters have always feared and loathed humans in the past, your work towards improving relations has paid off. Monsters have come to respect and like them. Well done. Grand. Meanwhile, humans who once hated all monster kind have come to understand that monsters aren't terrible, evil things. Rumor has it that humans think pretty well of you. Okay. Shattering your reverie, a terrible commotion erupts. Elders and younger monsters alike are milling about in a great mob. What is it? Blots drops from a nearby roof. Humans! Humans are coming this way! What? Blistry says, that's wonderful, we can talk to them. It's true. Relations have been warming up. Both humans and monsters meet deep in the well mist. There is considerable shuffling of feet and paws. Everyone wants to talk, but nobody wants to make the first move. If only some monsters were to speak up. Yes, if only. A few of the other elders are looking at you, strangely enough. Slash the throat, oh gosh. Welcome the humans as friends. Everyone breathes a sigh of relief as you put your best claw forward. It's the first step of a long journey. A journey on which monster and humans will cooperate in all things. What happened next? The end. And so monsters and humans worked, lived, and played together for many happy generations to come. Hooray for the future! The end. And that is Monster Loves You. Like I said, it's a really short, sweet game. Actually, I might have time to do one more. Shall we try to be a butthead? Let us try to be a butthead. See how that goes for us. Help me begin your story. How does it go again? That's right, blah blah blah. Actions and attitude. Fighting and eating and screaming. Your body is turning and twisting, growing solid in the middle of a great vat of green slime. It's time to be born. Okay. Be born. You awaken in the steering season when the sun shines strongly overhead. Onward. Oh, that's different. Your eye is open. You're a morsel just barely born. Let's stretch our squishy arms. You spread out the upper corners of your body and feel the tips of your arms split and harden. Keep stretching. The hard parts move through the stuff around them, forming parallel curving pieces. Flex the curving hardness. You have claws now. Slash the slime and try to swim. Another morsel swims towards you. It opens its mouth and shows a set of small, sharp teeth. It bites you. Intolerable. Stop the biting. Kill it. Grrr! You rip into the violent morsel. It has fangs, but you have claws. Keep fighting. Roar! Your first snarl. Excellent. When the fight is over, you're chewing on the other morsel's eye, which is all that remains. Serve that morsel right. Splash, flutter, splish, squeak. Another morsel is too weak to swim properly. It's sinking toward the bottom of the spawning vat. Too bad, but these things happen. You watch the half-formed baby monster slip beneath the surface. It begins to break apart. Confront the harsh reality of death. Watch it die. You gaze unblinking as the little morsel dies. The weakling's limbs Stick to slimy clumps on the bottom, then tear away from its body. Continue to observe. The little morsel's mouth forms a terrified, toothless O and then splits into 3 directions, forming the center of the fault lines that destroy its torso and head. Oh, this is so sad. The last you see of the morsel is its eye, which, now without a lid, floats there, seeming to stare right back at you. Then it dissolves into sludge, and the sludge dissolves into nothing. We all have to go sometime. You have grown too big for the spawning vat. You must move to the next stage of life and become a monsterling. No, don't grow up. Growing up isn't something you can fight, little one. Okay. You got any advice? Indeed. Alright, let's continue our buttholishness. Oh, these are different. There's some different ones. The skull. Elder Marinus leads you and some other monsterlings into a secluded grotto in the back of the cave. What's that? Up high on the wall. It's a rusty iron cage. There's something inside it. Sticks and rocks, maybe? It's a collection of bones. Marinus says this is a human skeleton. If you can get it out of the cage, you may play with it. Look at the cage. The cage rests on a ledge several monsterlings high and only 1 monsterling wide. The lock rusted away long ago. A frayed rope hangs from the bars. Toss something up to tip the cage over. You pick a nice-sized rock and throw it. Some rust flakes off the cage, but it stays where it is. The other monsterlings get the idea, and they all start throwing things at it. There, it should come down at any moment. Clang, clatter, crash! The cage collapses into pieces as bones fly everywhere. Terrific! Grab one and play with it. How about that one stuck through Blistery's head? Oh gosh, it might be hard to get out with her running around screaming like that. Oh, sure, just yank that bone right out of here. Blistery shrieks, so loud your head hurts. You're holding a long human bone with a chunk of slimy monster brain on the end. Stick the brain back in there. Working the brain back into Blistery's head is tricky, but you manage it. Oh gosh. She doesn't thank you, but you're sure she would if she were thinking straight. Learning can be fun. Let's see, what else? I don't think there was this one here before. Marinus leads a group of the monsterlings to the Scapegoat's pit in Portland Square. Go along with Marinus. Elder Marinus escorts everyone down into the pit. The Scapegoat stands and trots over to her. It's filthy and its breath smells like warm grass. Watch the Scapegoat in action. Marinus turns her back on the Scapegoat. The goat uses its long horns to gouge at her side, removing some dirt and several parasites. So she's clean now? Yuck. Clean monsters. Yuck, yuck. Marinus smiles down at you. Don't claw it till you've felt it, little one. It's good to get things out of your hide, and not just for us. Is she trying to teach us a lesson? Marinus withdraws to the edge of the pit, but she looks from you and the other monsterlings to the filthy, matted hair of the goat. Oh no, we're trying to beat buttheads, aren't we? Pick a fight with the Scapegoat. You approach the Scapegoat. It just stands there chewing on something. It doesn't seem to notice your attitude. Insult the goat. The goat ignores your insults. It might not understand you, or maybe you just can't get a goat's goat. Poke the goat. The goat bleats and steps away from your poking. Slash the goat. Make it bow to your authority. The goat noticed that, all right. It jumps clear over you and then flings you out of the pit with one sweep of the horns. Ow! Back to the brood cave to heal up. I feel like we're gonna get hurt a lot. This one. Nash spies a delicious mouse head mushroom. Mine! She plucks it from the floor, but it tumbles from her claws and bounces into a dark crevice in the wall. Get it. Okay, how? Do something sticky. You spit a gob of slime onto one claw, then reach as far as the crevice as you can. Success! You devour the delicacy for yourself. Okay. I don't think we did the spider one. Something is scurrying along the walls, and the ceiling, and the floor. Spiders as big and round as plates. Ugh. They're swarming into the cave. You can't tell if they're friend or foe. Confront them. One does not simply walk into plate spiders. How will you approach them? Ask them what they want. The other monsterlings look at you as though you've gone mad, but they change their minds when the largest spider asks you for directions to the whale mist. We got lost. So sorry to bother you. Help them out. Oh. You tell the lead spider, go out that way, then turn left, then just stay on the street until there isn't a street anymore. Everyone laughs and the spiders depart. I keep forgetting I'm trying to be a butthead. It's hard. So this one. Elder Marinus floats in a pool of cave water, puffing her body like a bulbweed. She points at something deep under the water. Will you get that for me, little one? But you can't swim. I guess we didn't really increase our cleverness last time, so let's figure something else out. You jump in and pull yourself along the bottom of the pool with your claws. You easily reach the object, which is a funny yellow rock. Return to the surface. You roll it back to Marinus, who pats you on the head. Clever one. Well done. At least we didn't drown. I think we've done these ones all before. Blistery climbs on top of a lichen pile. She refuses to let any other monsterling eat, proclaiming herself ruler of the lichen pile. Charge! You charge at Blistery like a whirling ball of claws. Your ferocity is so manifest that she leaps down and glides away. She nearly soils herself. Now you can be the ruler of the lichen pile. 2 days left. Join as a musician. Who cares? Play from the heart. Keep drumming with the broken sticks. Sickle and Lapper yell for you to stop, but you hammer your broken sticks on the floor of the cave again and again. Elder Marinus comes to see what all the racket is about. Keep drumming and start singing. Oh, we lost some of our cleverness. Dang it. Elder Marinus watches you for a while, says something about your musical skills, and walk away. What did you say? Something about memorably excruciating. But you're not sure exactly. You couldn't really hear her over all the noise. Last one, you guys. Alright, let's do this one. You're chatting with Gobclaws and Blistery when a foul stench... Oh yeah, we did this. Gluck, he's a tower of stink. You throw a bit of rotten lichen at Blistery, or at Blotz, which actually makes him smell a little better. He slumps away and waddles away. Aww, I'm so mean. Oh my, you wake up and you found you're no longer a little monsterling. You're growing up. Wow. Go with Elder Marinus. Keep going. Jump right in. Fall some more. Falling, 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 falling. Get out of the way. You rejoin some of the monsterlings at the edge of the mist. There are more passages out of here than you can count. Take charge. Lead the way personally. Such thick mist, they're ghosts, spooky. Stand fast. Attack them. You scream and leap. The ghosts are insubstantial, swirling around your claws like nothing at all. Nothing at all? Nothing at all. Stupid spectral monsters. They laugh at you and prove that you're not entirely untouchable. Thin tendrils of mist circle your throat and begin to squeeze. Pass out. Alright. You wake up inside a well-appointed hovel, start living as an adolescent monster. Oh, we're different this time. We're on a globe, and we look like we have a corn butt and some oven mitts for hands. Adventure in town. Ooh, we've got quite a few new ones this time. Let's do this. Canillo Aslet limps towards you. He points a huge eye at you and cackles. I got a shock working on a power line, and it's still down. Help me out? Help him out. You soon find yourself dangling from the power lines over the main street of Omen. The break is ahead, and now it could be dangerous. Better play it safe. You can take it slow. You help patch the power line before much more electrical fluid leaks out. It's not easy, but you manage to avoid getting any of the fluid on yourself. How do the humans not notice these power lines? You, Nash Nash, and the Scrapegoat are having an impromptu picnic in the street. The fresh moss you dunk in your tea is delicious. Some birds, twittering and chirping in a friendly way, circle and land among the crumbs. Okay. The birds start pecking at the crumbs, but then they start hopping onto you and pecking at you too. You have crumbs on you and they want them right now. See how they like it. Eat the birds. You grab a bird and try to gobble it up in one bite. Unfortunately, your mouth isn't yet big enough, so you end up having to eat it in multiple bites. Messy. Nash Nash laughs at your bloody jaws creak and grind. Crunch. The Scrapegoat looks on and nibbles some grass and the last of the bread. You offer her a wing, but it shakes its horned head. Nash Nash and you keep biting birds until they're all dead. Okay. Let's do this. You, Nash Nash, is this a bus stop? And Gobclaws hide in a stand of prickly thorn bushes, watching human children run back to their bus. But what's that to the left? Shiny, red, round thing. It's the scooter. Oh, this is how she got it. Mine! Battle Nash Nash and Globclaw for it. Fangs, claws, tails, blood. You are strong, true, but not the strongest. Not today. And she scoots off. You realize Nash Nash just wanted it more than you did. And now you need some bandages. At least we're getting our ferocity pretty high. This looks new. Blistery dumps a double-armed load of objects on the ground. I found these in the woods. Nash Nash grabs one, a piece of yellow metal, and licks it. Lick something? How bad can it be? It's pretty bad. The muddy cog you just licked tastes like rusted mold. Not the delicious kind of mold either. The horrible sour kind. Pretend it's delicious. Trick others into licking the horrible stuff. Youch. Oh, at least our cleverness went up a little bit. In no time, you have half a dozen other monsters rolling on the ground, clutching their tongues in their claws and groaning at the awful flavors. Laugh. Laugh at them, the fools. Ooh. Some of your victims try to get up to punish you, but they're still confused from the bad taste in their maws. You escape with your hides intact. Okay. Let's do this one. Oh, watch. Try and stop the fight. Roar! You plunge in, swiping at everyone in vain attempt to break things up. Both great beasts pause and look down at you, a little confused. Yay me! The oldest monster opens its tripartite mouth and emits a keening wail, then slices one of the purple challenger's tentacles off without looking. As blood showers down around you, the elders cry out in terror. Stand up to him. Seriously, you just stepped into a fight with the oldest monster. He just literally disarmed the other monster without breaking a sweat. Well, yes. He could probably eat all of Omen, and you're standing up to him? Marinus puffs herself up. Okay, we already saw this. Run away. Cower. You lie there listening to the oldest monster eat the challenger's corpse. No one will meet your eyes. Adventure in town. I think this is new. Loud, drooly, snapping sounds come from the square, where you see Prufrock single-clawedly taking on a rampaging pack of wolves. He grunts at you for help. Help him scare them away. Stand back, maybe try to distract them. Help him and scare them away. Making your ugliest faces, you and Prufrock terrify the pack, scattering the wolves into the forest. Oh, I should have attacked them, dang it. This one. Or not. Well, maybe click it. Let's do this one. Oh boy, Smark set up a human chess set. You sit down and play. You don't know the rules, but a smart monster like you should be able to figure it out. Doubt it. Smark points to the pieces and moves some of them around, then knocks one over and with another. It must be a fighting game. Aha! Smark then thinks for a moment and, with finesse, pushes all of your pieces down and taps his head. Sounds like victory. Aha! Smark picks 16 short pieces and you get 16 ones with different shapes. So close. He makes one of his short guys kick over your horsey. Feet of clay, avalanche. Avalanche attack, kick the board. You start by taking a running leap and kick the board over a roof of 2 trees. Smark waves his arms to indicate a foul. Hey! His pieces are all gone, but so are yours. It's a draw. Okay, well, didn't think that went through. Last adventure, you guys. Nash Nash is picking on the tiny Blistery. She gets knocked down every time she gets up. Nash Nash asks if you want to help. I'd rather fight you, Nash Nash. Without even a thanks, Blistery runs away, leaving you and Nash Nash to tussle in the street. Do you push the attack? Yes. Claw, bite, kick. Yes, okay, at least max out something. Nash Nash is savage, but she's tired herself out and you're full of energy. You beat Nash Nash to a pulp. Nash Nash pants. Impressive. Oh, impressive. Alright, last. That's it. You've been dragged from your bed by your friends and neighbors. I'm trying to sleep here. Fight them. They surround you and hold you down, not urgently, until you stop struggling. The neighbors throw you into the center of a great circle of monsters. Get on getting on. Wait patiently. Well, what is it? What do they want from me now? Oh, you see concern in some of their faces, but with very little respect. Everyone goes silent as you bravely meet every monster's eyes without flinching. Why should you be afraid? Elder Jaggery jumps up with a roar. He's huge, hungry, and is about to eat you. You wait calmly for Jaggery. He opens his maw wide enough to eat you up in one bite, then gives you a silly little kiss. Everyone cheers. Aw. Bask in respect for your bravery. We are not doing well, you guys. You're an adult now. You'll grow stronger over time. Onward to adulthood. Hey, Pine Fox, how's it going? You stalk the forest, hunting an elusive swift elk. Suddenly, it emerges from the underbrush, showing its antlers and pawing at the ground. It's going to charge. Perfect. Tear it apart. The elk charges, and you duck under it, slashing a hole in its chest. But instead of a heart, you find nothing? The elk turns, catches you with its antlers, and flings you into the tree. What the? How are you doing today, Pine Fox? I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. The elk bounds away. It's unkillable. There's nothing that's unkillable after it. This is my I'm being a butthead playthrough. I finished one where I was super nice to everybody and got a really happy ending, so I'm trying to get a bad ending now. On purpose. Boring days can be alright, but playing games with friends is even better, so that's good. I'm glad you had some fun. My day was long and hot. But it's better now that I'm in the air conditioning and not at work. You keep chasing the elk until it pauses to drink from a stream. Then you spring at it without fear and tear it limb from limb, head from body, antler from skull. Rawr! Oh wow. Its pieces are still twitching as you devour them. You are filled with a strange heat, but it soon fades. How bracing. Other monsters comment on the new swagger in your step as you return to Omen. Should we try to get 100% respect? I don't know if that's even possible. Let's do this one. The spine doctor has asked you to catch a special fox after it. Get closer. Ooh, max out bravery. This game is like one of those choose your own adventures. You kind of build up your stats and it determines what the rest of the, better have some friends. No. And it determines your outcomes. So the first playthrough I did, I was just, being super nice, and we got like humans and monsters were friends in the end, and now I'm just trying to be a butthead, basically. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a really simple game, really cute. Fox sickness can't harm a monster. The fox tries to scare you off at the last moment by throwing up again, but you snatch it in your claws. The doctor accepts the fox with delight. She nods to several patients, waiting to see her. You see, friends, this one shows promise. Watch what she does with the fox. Ooh, we gain respect. Yay! The spine doctor squeezes the fox, forcing it to throw up into a row of rat cages. She says, now I can use the rats to make medicine so we can cure the animals we care about. I hope this is the same one. We can do it better. Yes. You take the lead on a hunt in the whale mist, but you've become separated from the group. Suddenly you catch sight of something. There! Where? Within that thicket. Rumor has it that an especially large, clever snake tricked Nash Nash, biting her and made her sick for days. And it's right there, waiting, watching. You've beaten and eaten snakes before. Time to eat another. You slowly creep up on it, sharpening your claws. Suddenly you stop. A print in the dirt is clearly from Nash Nash's foot, and that's definitely dried monster blood around it. What's Yogg? I've never heard of that. Lure it into a trap. Our cleverness isn't very high. You perch on a branch above a crude snare and beat 2 rocks together to attract the snake's attention. This goes on for some time. Keep beating those rocks. Uh-oh. Suddenly, the snake drops from a branch above you. You struggle, but it's too late. It crushes you with a terrible strength. Everything getting dark. The next thing you know, Nash Nash has pounced on the snake. She grabs its head and holds its mouth shut, keeping its fangs trapped. Still crushing. Dang it, I should have been the one to do that. Nash Nash. Nash Nash bites the snake's head off and swallows it. You gasp as the coils loosen. Nash Nash is carried through Omen by a group of cheering monsters while you are left to recover on your own. No, we lost respect. Let's do this one. You're bringing home a human coat you found. Oh, we've seen this one before. Wave back. More for fun than anything, you attack the wolf. You've almost got him pinned when he stands up on his hind legs, flexes muscular arms, and hurls you into a treetop. Oh. Well, that's kind of depressing. At least it has a good soundtrack. This one has good and bad endings. Although we're going for a bad one right now, so. Get down. By the time you jump down, the wolf and the cat are both gone. On returning to tell the story, at least you got a tussle out of it. At least we gained some respect. I think we've done... Are there any new ones in the politicking? I don't remember the spider. Today's the day of the Spinner 500, the big spider race. Winners are regarded highly by all around town. Let's do this. But your spider hurt her leg this morning. What should you do? Okay, we're trying to be a butthead, so cheat. You feed your spider a fly soaked in horribly strong coffee. Oh gosh. If they knew, the judges would make a rule against it, but who's telling them? She darts ahead of all the others, wins easily. Oh, yes. And drops dead at the finish line. No! Oh, no! Oh, yes, your spider is dead, but you earn the prize, a bag of candy and kudos all around. Wave to the cheering crowd. They continue to cheer. Aw, yeah. Poor spider. Explore the whale mist. Oh wait, we were gonna do... What else we got? I think this one looks new. A small pack of elder dragons... whoa, don't even know where that came from. A small pack of elder monsters are huddled at the edge of Omen, watching the woods and discussing something in hushed tones. Listen in. Elder Hamrag is saying, this could simply be a rumor. We don't know that they're out there for sure. Ask what's going on. Hamrag says some of the younger monsters have seen others in the whale mist. Monsters from no town we know of, thin and cold without food or shelter. Suggest everyone be on guard. Oh, butts. We are doing horribly. Greedblitz scoffs. That much is obvious, Dunderhead. If we see strangers, we should drive them off or kill them. The other elders don't seem so sure. Okay. We're doing horribly this time. All of Omen is abuzz. Elders glare angrily at everyone, then look back at the broken sign. Oh, we've seen this one before. So we did it, yes. Yes. We can cheat. Okay, so last time we came forward. So Blistery says, I can take care of this. Look, I took a bit of the sign too. I can slip some into Virok's hair when he isn't looking. Nobody ever believes him since he's always lying and stealing things. I know, he's so mean. Nobody has any reason to blame you, so they don't. Well, that was easy. Oh, more? You and Blistery go to your hovel for tea as someone shouts, look what Virok has, part of the sign. Not your problem, really. Nothing to see here. Oh, I feel so horrible. As you sip your tea, you hear Virok protest. He stops and starts to cry as other monsters begin to howl. Sounds like he's in a lot of pain. This is good tea. Oh, we're horrible people. You close the window, blotting out Virok's screams. Wow, we are horrible. This one? Monsters are gathering around the skull pole. They invite you to dance with them. Skull pole? A few monsters die without dissolving themselves in the communal spawning pit. Ah? Other monsters save the heads of the deceased and hang them on the skull pole. The skin and flesh turn to slime eventually, leaving only bone. Ah. Let's dance. Why not? The only problem is, you've never done the skull dance, and now everyone is watching you. Let's just go for it. You move closer to the skull pole. Oh man, I hate all spiders. I do my best not to kill them if they're like you said, if they're harmless. Because I know that they do good things, but they're just so creepy. And sometimes when they startle me, I have to squish them. I guess I don't have to, but I do. But no, I've never seen a spider. I think the biggest spider I've ever seen was one at the pool that was about as big as my index finger. But I've never seen one as big as my hand. That's so creepy. Ugh. Good luck hunting. I know, right? Let's see what we got. Try to show some respect. Apologize for ignorance. Let's just dance fast. Thrash around like you don't care. Oh, butts. Well, you look up from your clumsy display to find several of the others hiding their eyes behind their claws and tentacles. The rest of the monsters walk away without dancing. Well, sucks to suck. Let's do this one. You're following a deer in the forest. Oh, we've seen this one. It's a trap. It's a trap. Clearly, you should fight the trap. You charge into the cave, claws bared, and find Hamrak taking a nap inside. Your attack is so ferocious that he wakes up and is screaming. Hey, you've grown stronger, he says. That's it? Ugh. Okay, well that was kind of a disappointing one. Let's do this. The snake moon is rising in the sky, and it's time to gather snakes for the ritual. Snake moon? Sometimes the full moon has shadows on it, and that's got to mean something. Monsters celebrate these shadows with snake soup. Okay. Other monsters will bring plenty. No, let's go out and gather some snakes. You wander the fields near the whale nest. It's easy to catch snakes, but every time you reach for another one, some of them squirm out of your grasp. Most of your snakes are getting away. Not anymore. Kill the snakes as you catch them. You come out to the ritual with 10 snakes draped over your shoulders. Greet the other monsters with your dead snakes. Many of the other monsters brought live snakes, but they let you put your dead ones in the scaly cauldron. The monsters gather around the cauldron. Proofrock scrapes 2 sticks together to light a fire. It's going to be a fun night. I mean, if we're going to cook them anyways, does it matter if they're already dead? And there was much rejoicing. I know, this is full of monster lore. You should be a monster expert at the end of this, Pine Fox. You hear a cry from a nearby hovel. What's happening over there? Saswaite, a new adolescent, doesn't understand how the window is working. Okay, yes, we've done this one too, but we're trying to be a butthead, so... Let's free her from the window, but let's scare her a little to teach her a lesson, break the glass to free her. What? Our kindness? Saswaite seems afraid of you, but these things happen. She thanks you for releasing her. I'm only going to help her because I know it gives us some respect. Actually, we're trying to be buttheads, so... And we get a little bit of respect. The other monsters all nod. Some of them seem confused, but the elders in the group explain that what you said is the truth. Monsters heal fast. Well, that's not what I was expecting, but it works. Let's do this. Wild chickens are back in season. It's delicious as they are mean. They're loose within the whale mists, and the monsters are all hunting them down. Pfft, chickens, lame, forget about it. Find some eggs? No! Get out there and hunt those wild chickens. Deep in the woods, you're looking for chicken scratch when you literally stumble over a hen guarding a cluster of chicks. The hen clucks and caws at you. I know, it feels bad, man. It's true. I feel so bad and I can't help it. Fight the hen. Though the clucking makes your blood turn cold, you seize the great hen and fight until you're both a mess of feathers and blood. But victory is savory. Nash Nash cheers so hard that 2 chickens she hasn't killed yet escape her grasp. Well, I'm glad Nash Nash was cheering for me. Even though she's like the buttheadest of butthead monsters. It's the scream along, sing along. Everyone's screaming, loudest monsters win. Oh yeah, for sure we're gonna ring this. Scream, sing, scream, sing. You're totally going to break some windows and eardrums. But why are all these monsterlings here? Your singing has been known to hurt their little ears. Pre-smash. Belt it out, you gotta win. You sing about loss and secret love and a plate with no pancakes on it. Oh, we're so sentimental. Your song is sad and strong, but the other monsters sense that you're holding back. The monsterlings, on the other hand, are terrified. Cut loose at full power. Scream. The monsterlings flee as your song shatters windows and causes clouds to break apart in the sky. Oh my gosh. The other monsters carry you around Portland Square on their shoulders and humps, proclaiming you their musical hero, though you see monsterlings cowering at the brood cave, clutching at their ear holes. Sorry, monsterlings. I know. Bravo, bravo. I know, I do feel bad. It's hard for me. I'm like remembering all the, because I have completed this game, like I said, like 5 years ago, whenever it came out, forever ago. And I remember feeling bad because there's some things you have to be a real, like, you got to be super mean and like be tricky and things I'm not good at. A pack of monsters sets out to capture the honeyed bees. Okay, we've done this one, so let's go onward. Is our ferocity maxed out yet? I think it is. Let's lurk. Okay. Metal! Alright, I don't know if we're gonna do this, you guys. Stay inside and think about this. It's your time, and you know it. Unless you've lived well, your body will return to the slime from which it came. But if you have done well, think about what happens if you've done well. Your fellow monsters will test you and donate blood to a portentous infusion. What does one do with a portentous infusion? One drinks it, naturally. If it has enough blood in it, you ascend to elder status. If not, you dissolve. What else is involved in a monster's ascension? The elders test you. You don't have to pass all the tests to ascend, but it helps. Oh. The more respected you are, the better you do on the tests, the more blood elders will add to the infusion. And then you drink it. And then you drink. But enough about that. Someone's banging on the door of your hovel. Sounds like a crowd has gathered. Alright, hold your horses. A group of elders is waiting at the door of your hovel. They've seen your drippings. They know it's your time for you to dissolve or ascend. Ask them to come back later. Hamrag says, alright then, we'll see you tonight, and the elders return to go. Watch them leave and close the door. You sit in your hovel, contemplating the coming change. The elders will be back soon. Ooh, let's try to sneak away. You stop running just outside of town, gasping. What are you going to do? Every whooshing breath turns into a gurgle as your softening lungs fill with slime. Go, go, go! Get away from Omen! You leave your home behind without so much as a backward glance. They'll never catch you. I know. Climb the mountains higher than any master ever has. Hide with outskirts. Is our bravery... Did I max out our bravery? I know we maxed out ferocity. You scare them and come to rule them for a little while. Ah, a golden age, truly. After a few days, you begin to dissolve again. Melt. You leave a pool of slime in the forest. Some of the animals drink from it. That must be where the talking animals come from. The end. Yep. Over the years, the elements that made up your body find their way into myriad plants, animals, and other monsters, and even humans. Monsters are magical, so in a very real sense, they are now, in part, you. And that's it. Well, I kind of ended it quickly on purpose because I do have to start getting ready to leave. But for those of you that came by, I hope you enjoyed Monster Loves You. This short, sweet, cute game. If you're ever interested in playing something that you don't have to think about, you just get to have some fun. You can see there's plenty of endings. You only saw 2 of them. I think you saw this one. Universal Prosperity, you dared to find the narrow gap between fear and hate. Now humans and monsters work together for benefit of all. And then you guys saw this one, which is Legend of Departure. Future monsters will remember you, one who chose to break with tradition and forge a new life outside of Monster Society. But there are plenty other ones, all with their own stories, and they're all really interesting. I think it took me about 4 hours to fully complete the game, so it's really short once you get into it. So if you're interested in this kind of game, interested in that kind of thing, then I think it's like $10 or something like that. But yeah, I mean, that's all I got for today. So thank you everybody who joined in. I know it was super short and I apologize, but tomorrow should be a bit longer. But yeah, that's all I've got. Bye!